Hey traders, what's going on? Welcome back to another pip breakdown video, pip breakdown number 20 actually. So I'm very excited to be doing this video to share my analysis with you guys, and basically let's get a good before and after with last week, this week, and the next week to come for how our development with the market is actually going, and staying more updated within the Telegram. So we're just going to go through the major currency pairs, AU, EU, GU, all those US pairs, and we'll just check it out, see where the strength is looking like for the US dollar, and take a look at structure, trend, and a few things just like that. So right now I have some moving averages on here. Normally I don't use moving averages, but I did go through and make a video explaining how we can actually use moving averages to make good trades and things just like that. So that video should be coming out very soon this week. So make sure you just stay tuned for that. Subscribe so you can stay notified when that comes out. So basically, let's just jump right into the analysis. Here we have this. Let me just delete these moving averages actually. So I went through and I was just marking up this chart real quick. What we have for I'm on the daily time frame, right? Because I want to get the projection for the next 5 days. I don't want to go on the weekly and give an analysis for 3 months ahead or 2 months ahead. I'd rather keep my analysis to a shorter time frame or more of a perspective in regards to what I'm trading, so I can stay updated with relevant areas. If like I don't really need a monthly and yearly projection if I'm intraday trading, more relevant trends and momentum and things just like that for your trades. So here we are on the daily because we're going to get the next 5 days. So what we have going on here, I'm just going to display the market structure here. So we had a push up, right? This whole thing is a push up. We had this markup, we broke below, kind of giving us an issue area here with the wicks in this area, the wicks in this area. The wicks are really good identifiers for support and resistance areas, places where there is a lot of issues in the market or a lot of indecision of sorts, right? So here we break through, and then we also get a break and retest of this area showing the validity of this support and resistance area. We come back, we retest it again, and this is where we currently are. So I just want to bring closer attention to the current candles that we are experiencing. Basically, we have a bullish candle here, a really strong bullish one, and we know it's a really strong bullish one because it's really big, right? It's bigger than the previous candles. And the next one is a smaller candle. The next one's even smaller candle. And the most recent one right here, yes, it's a bigger one than the last one. But let's just take note that it doesn't make a new high. It's really inside the same area of the previous day. And overall, we are still below the resistance. We're still at the ceiling. And normally, we reject ceilings until they're broken at least. And in this case, it hasn't been broken. So basically, this is what these projections are indicating. If we can get a bearish candle, I will be looking for a trade. That would show me that the bears are in the market. And then I would try to take a trade on a limit order, a pending order, to get into a trade depending on where the wick is. Like in this case here, if I were to take this trade after, after this red candle here, I would then look for a trade back at the support area and stop loss on the other side of the wick, and then I would set my target. So actually in this case here, we need that bearish candle, and then we look for an entry. Stop loss will be based on the candles that form, and then we can form our entry. So same thing goes if the bullish candles do continue. So far we don't have any bearish candles, so we're not necessarily looking to short, right? Sure, we do have shorting market structure that we could go with, but let's get more bias going here, more momentum going towards our side, so we can get in at a really good time. So if we do break above, I would just be looking for a retest as well, back down to this area. Stop loss on the other side of the zone, somewhere that I feel safe, and then I would set my target. That depends on my entry and things just like that. Like, am I just willing to risk 1 to 1, 1 to 2? So make sure you check out the support and resistance video, the trading style video I did with that. And I go through how to take profitable trades using support and resistance. And then there's also the video dropping this week as well, talking about basically how to implement using 2 time frames while you are trading, because it's a good idea to have a general trend and have your trading time frame. So basically that's what we're looking for here, and then we'll see how price reacts if price gets up to this previous high area. And this previous high, we're at this area just about 1 month ago, and we've been holding at this resistance area for about 3 weeks. So the resistance is about 3 weeks to a month old. So it's just something to take note of. So we'll see how price deals with this area overall. So let's go down to the next pair and get a better reading for the US dollar strength. So this pair here, we can just see we're having a lot of consolidation here right now. We have a major resistance here. Price didn't happen to make all the way up there. This one I actually went over in the Telegram, so if you're not on Telegram, make sure you get down below. Right now, I'm not too interested in taking a trade. You could take a lower time frame trade, maybe by marking up the lower time frames, using the 4 hour as your main trend and the 5 minutes as your trading time frame, just to get a better trend direction while trading a ranging trend, because the major trend is a ranging trend, just by looking at the daily time frame, right? It's a lot of consolidation. So basically, to take a trade, we got to see how the candles are going to react to either the support or the resistance, and then we can look to take a better trade. I like to see the volatility pick up, because like this here, this here is way better volatility, a lot of more trend direction, more momentum into a trend, rather than like this over here, right? So I'd rather the momentum pick up and we can get a nice entry at a support and resistance area. Good candlestick risk to reward ratio and everything just like that. So I don't have much of a bias on this one, but we'll see how we deal with these support and resistance areas. Remember, this is just for 5 days in advance, so we'll see if we just stay in this area or do we break up through these resistances. But these definitely are the next places that it should run into, because they are the next support and resistance areas. Let's go down to the next one here, GU. So pretty clean. So yeah, this one's pretty clean. We just formed indecision candle and a very small candle, bullish candle nonetheless, at this resistance area. We are getting lower low structure. We haven't made any higher high structure yet. So we'll see how this reacts. Normally we can take a trade just now, just like this. So if you just rewind the video a little, you can go back and see how I was talking about taking a trade on, I believe, AU. This is the exact way we'll do it, because here we got the bearish candle at the resistance. So this tells us, yeah, we can actually take an opportunity now. So we could have taken it like this, right? But like, sure, you can, like, there's nothing wrong with that. Or you can just be the person to be like, you know what, I'll just rather get in another trade. I want to hold it to myself to just get in a trade back at the resistance. You take your trade, same stop loss area and same target area, and you get a better risk to reward ratio just like that. So that's basically what I would just be looking for this. But same thing goes for the analysis. If we do break above, right, if we do hit our stop loss on this, if it does get active as well, right, because it doesn't have to, it could just go back. We would just look for a retest and back up to the next resistance, right? That's basically how that goes. Yeah, and we'll see how we deal with the support down here, if we make it down here, or does price keep going up. But basically you limit price to these break or make it, I guess, break or make it, like, let's say, ideas at these areas. So areas of interest like support and resistance, it has to do this or this at this point in time. So it has to be heads or tails at this point in time. So then I can decide to make an opportunity. It's not at a place where it's not according to plan and completely random. It's not a signal based on emotions, pretty much, right? There's some methodology to my madness. Let's go to the next one. NU. What are we seeing? So we're getting some bullish momentum. Here, this was from last week's projection. So here we had a pullback. We didn't manage to break below the support. We just ranged between this area, and we're still within the range, but we are seeing the bullish pressure pick up right now. So we have this. We can continue back up to the next resistance, which looks like that's the best play right now. The best opportunity to get in the trade is only if we have a pullback to the support area like this, right? Like this day would have been, Friday would have been a good day to get in this trade, right? Because we have this green candle that closes above the resistance, and then here we have the next trade, which does the pullback, right? So same thing goes. Your entry would still be at the same place, right? And you can leave an open take profit if you want, or a definite take profit, stop loss on the other side of the zone, and just like that, pretty much simple, right? You're just playing with trend. You're playing with a good support, a good risk to reward ratio, and making sure your trades are low risk. Not every trade is gonna win every time. Sometimes you might have a 30% winning, a win rate, but you can still make that work for yourself as long as you're taking good risk to reward ratio trades. So that's really what we're looking for this. We'll see how we deal with the resistance when we get up there, right? If we get red candles up there, then it looks like sellers are trying to come back in at the resistance. That's what they did last time here. So we'll see the pressure of the candles. Are we getting green candles? Like here for a moment, we can see the pressure of these candles. Like it doesn't want to keep breaking below, because what do we see? We see wick. Here, and it just stays away. Here we come back down. There's no wick on this one, whatever. Here, then we have a straight bullish candle right back up. So when it comes back down again, it goes right back up, wick, and now we are just continuing up. So it doesn't want to be down here. We can read the momentum. That's clear momentum. Price doesn't want to be down there, so it's doing its best to stay away from that area. Every time it goes there, it leaves. So we'll see if that's what happens in this area again when it gets to there. We can see the support or resistance building based on the wicks of the candles at that price area, in the relevant price area for that matter. So what do we got? We got like 3 more charts. Let's go. UCAD. UCAD is looking like some bearish pressure right now. Looks like it might be picking up. So we'll see how Monday, Tuesday go, and basically just how we deal with that support area that we're going to run into. But let's see. So we got this. That's how we can deal with that. And we have the potential of bullish candles arising here, indicating buyers coming into the market at the support area, which just shows you like buyers are coming in. Like you never want to doubt the green candles. You never want to doubt the red candles. A lot of people have a trade. A lot of people might have a buying trade and see a red candle and then just switch their bias to sells. And that's not the way to go about it. Have a plan to it, you know. Go with the major trend and things just like that. So basically, that's our projection for this. We'll see how we deal with that. If we get red candles breaking through, continuing lower, or we get bullish candles. And you know, we also have the potential for break, retest, and continuation. Here we can even have a lot of consolidation just like this, where we can get this. So you just limit the price to do a certain thing at this potential area, at this area of key interest. Here we have another one. This one's not really updated. This one's not updated much, but basically we can just add this support in. I can see this. Here we have an indecision candle, another indecision candle. So it looks like we're not doing the best. Like sellers aren't doing the best right now in this area. They are maintaining control, I'll say that, by the candles being red, but they're not making new lows, right? they're not in full effect. So we'll see how we go. We could take a bullish trade. We can get a pullback to this area, right? Because we're getting the rejections. This candle is overall still this. I wouldn't call this candle bullish because it is red for that matter. But like once price came down here, it has more bullish pressure than it does bearish pressure, right? At the end of the day. So we could just definitely take a trade like this back to the resistance. We can probably thicken this like this, right? So I'm adjusting it because I want it to meet from this area to this area, realizing that this area also encapsulates this area, if that's a word, I don't know. But it goes like this, risk 1 to gain 3.7. Next chart, hold on. So yeah, we can break above or we can continue lower. If we drop lower, do we have a target area? We'll come down here. Looks like this is a pretty touchy area. I'm gonna mark this off, like this wick area runs into this area here. So I just be mindful, and it's a pretty thick area. So breaking below, I wouldn't see myself taking many trades. But we got to see how the structure goes, if there's a good risk to reward on a trade and things just like that. Last but not least, we're on UJ. What do we got going on? So here, I believe this was from the last analysis. We did break through. We hit the last support area, got the bullish candle to close above, now indicating buyers have come into the market. Right, the best possible time to get the trade after the bullish entry. We had 2 days to get a nice entry back at the support. Day 1 right here, day 2 right here. So basically with this red candle here, we can now take a sell trade back at the resistance. Stop loss, other side of the zone. Generally speaking, other side of the zone like this. My students know the criteria is the trade has to meet. And then, you know, you can get a good risk to reward ratio if you can find one that you like, something that you're comfortable with, and make sure you're comfortable with your stop loss getting hit. So let me just add this. So we come back down to the support. This support is getting really choppy. Based on how it reacts to it next time, if we come back to it, then I'd get a really good, better perspective for if I want to keep this line here or do I want to update it to something else, something cleaner. Or just overall just move it and keep a higher support and resistance area for myself. So that's really it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, sharing my perspective on the market. So make sure you guys get into the Telegram. A lot of new things will be happening in there. I finally got my EA working really well, and so I plan to be just sending actually my trades that I'm taking over into the public Telegram. So make sure you get in there, and make sure you guys are doing good in trading, staying safe. Make sure you stay safe while trading. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.